how are you holding up, man? How you holding up these days?
Man, I'm cooling, bro. Trying to get back to that stage, man. But you know how this is, man. People don't want to sit down. We trying to get the numbers to go down. People
Exactly.
people don't
We
want
try
to
to
sit
get the
down.
numbers to go down, and even as a promoter, you and I had shows too. We was
Right,
out through the Run for the Love of R&B, and people don't want to sit down, especially you in Atlanta, right?
man. Wide open, wide
It's
open,
like
bro.
sit your asses down so we can buy this thing on out, and then we can move forward. We can get to the next stage. I think
Man,
if people would have been sitting down since what was that, March? If people would
yeah,
have been sitting down, I think that we would have been good if everyone really followed the protocol and started to pretty much move correctly. We probably would have been good by 2021. Now it's looking like
boy. I don't even want to talk them numbers right now.
Man. Thank you for coming on. I want to take it back to the beginning of your career for a second. Before you signed to Capitol and you released your debut album, 2007, right?
Yeah, around the time. Right.
2007.
I started hitting like around 2006 with Be With Me, but then yeah, the album and everything came out 2007.
Mm-hmm. Um, before that came about, you had a history. You was in a group.
Yeah, group
You
called
originally from
295.
DC. I never knew you was from DC until I did some research. I'm like, you from DC? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
had
DMV
a lot of
stand
people
up.
from DC. Genuine. You had who else was coming out of DC?
Maya, you have
Maya.
Maya. I mean, and of course, you could count Drew Hill from Baltimore.
Drew Hill. I say Drew Hill was from
We
out
we
that
count
way.
them. A Marie, Rich Harrison. There's a lot of music coming out there. Wale.
A lot of music coming out. Raheem Devon
Yeah,
was out of
Raheem,
DC as well.
Tank.
Yeah. See, oh shit! I never knew that DC had it like that. I know they had a
Yeah,
few people. I know they had a few, but damn.
we got the
Um,
actors and actresses too,
don't sleep on
and the
DC.
comedians.
Look, I'm from New York,
Okay.
originally, so we think we got it all. We got the best of the best, but damn, DC got some hitters too.
Oh yeah, we got some. We got some. We trying to hold it.
Like I was saying, you signed to Jazzy Faye.
Yeah, I did.
Is that true? That's true, right?
Yeah, I signed the
I
show
was-
now for 6 months. Well, because I came out the group, and then I just seen how that whole journey was with the group, and how you could sign to somebody, and then they might not have the right plays or the right conversations, and you get stuck. So we did the group thing for a year. I said I can't do another year, so I said, yo, I give y'all 6 months. But right when I signed, goodies jumped off with Sierra, so they was like,
Monster
yeah,
record.
we'll be right back.
After these messages.
So I mean, after 6 months, nothing really popped off, and I just then I just started working on my demo, and then we start shopping that around.
Got you.
Yeah.
Um, it's been 13 years, like I was saying, since Back on My Lap. I know it's been a minute since that time for you, but can you recall the creative process for you? Like we're putting that album together, like the pros and cons, being a new artist on a major label like that, and just trying to put together an amazing body of. You did put together an amazing body of work, but can you just recall that time in the creative process?
Yeah, man. So I was in a group for so long. I was in a group for like maybe 5, 6 years. We went to high school together, all that. And so coming out of the group, I didn't know what my sound was. You know what I mean? I didn't have a sound. I was just used to doing group stuff. But I was like, I know I can't do those type of records anymore because I'm not gonna have them with me on stage. So I got to figure out the solo thing. And so then I started really getting into studying Marvin, studying Donnie, studying Sam Cooke. Because we studied all the groups. So then I had to get out of that mindset and start studying all the solo artists. You know what I'm saying? And so I gravitated towards the Marvin sound. And but then it was just like, it's hard being broke with like a starving artist, boy. That man, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? So I got discouraged for a second. So I told my team, I was like, man, I'm about to go home. All right, I got to get out of Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? And I went home. I went home for like 2 months. They didn't think I was coming back. I went home for like 2 months, man. And while I was up there though, I got in the studio and I wrote Back on My Lap. And so when I wrote Back on My Lap, I was like, I got something. I sent the email down to Atlanta. They said, man, if you don't get your ass back down here right now, so you
Right
can
now.
finish this album off, you know what I'm saying? Because that was my quit song. That was my like, man, I just want to smoke some weed, drink, and just forget about this music industry. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, nah, that's your sound. So shot back down to Atlanta. We got to work, and the rest is kind of history. You know what I mean?
Sometimes you need those. Sometimes you need those moments. Sometimes I feel like when you're close to your breakthrough,
Boy,
and the timing for things to really happen for you, you get that moment where you feel like, I want to give up.
yeah, I'm tired.
And I'm tired. I ain't doing this no more. I've been doing this shit for
Cause
I've been doing this shit for 25 years. You know what I mean?
you got to think. I had 2 jobs, 2 cars, good, nice little cool little crib back home. You know what I'm saying? So it was like to go from that to, man, it'll happen. It'll happen. Like, man, but I'm broke. I ain't used to living like this.
Right.
Like, all that money done ran out. I'm broke, bro. What's up? I need something to pop. And I stuck with it though, man.
You say your debut single was "Be With Me," and I, I when I first heard you, it was Bad, right?
Okay.
And then I heard "Be With Me" after.
Okay.
But your debut single was "Be With Me." Um, and what was the reason why "Be With Me" was the first record? Like, how did you choose "Be With Me" to be the first record off the album? Or was that released a period of time before Bad?
Yeah, no, that was the song that came out in 2006.
So
So
that was just a single that you ended up including on the album.
right. Well, no, we knew it was gonna go on the album. It was just like, like I said, I started patterning myself after Marvin Gaye. You know what I'm saying? So that was like, this gonna be the new Marvin. You know what I'm saying? And so we was like, all right, the people, they get it. They didn't get it though. You know what I mean? Like they got it, but they didn't get it. Like I was doing the little promo tour and all that. Like the Midwest, they got it. They understood. Chicago's and the Detroits and all them. The East Coast, West Coast, they were like, you know what I mean? So it didn't hit. And yeah, so we had to find that single, man. And that's when we went and found Bad. Yeah.
What was your first thought when the dream brought back to you?
Well, I was at home actually. I was at the crib and I wasn't even scheduled to be in the studio or nothing. So my team came down from New York, from the capital part of New York. You know what I'm saying? Because capital's in L.A., but they also got an office in New York. And so they came down and was like, "Yo, we're not leaving Atlanta until we find him this record." Just so happens that their meeting was at Red Zone, which is where Dream was recording at the time. So he popped through the studio, just to work on his craft like he always did. And they bombarded him. I know you got one, because he was coming off the Umbrella joint. You know what I'm saying? So they was like,
He was on fire.
we know you got one. So he said, well, I just sent this record to Chris, but I mean, it ain't nobody's until it's paid for. So he played it. They stroked the check 5 minutes after he played it, and the record became mine.
Crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
Crazy. I read somewhere that Chris Brown originally was really trying to get the record, and then it was a thing because you got the record, but
He said it couldn't be
What?
a #1 hit without him.
I think I heard
So it
that.
was a bet, right? It was a 500,000 bet that the team made, right?
Oh, now that part,
That would be
I
the
don't know that
#1
part.
record.
Oh, so
But
you
I do know Jay told him he should have
you ain't
never
get
gave me the record.
you get PC at 500K.
Nah, I ain't getting none of that. Nah, man, they stroked 100,000 for that record, man.
Wow.
Yeah, they say we need it because it was like we can't let Chris get it. Chris get it. We gotta go look for another record. You know what I'm saying? So, and at the time Chris was rocking, so he probably was taking his time to go listen to the record. Like I don't even think he got a chance to actually hear the record before we had already paid for it. Yeah,
it was one of those things where the Dream was on fire, Chris was on fire as well.
Right.
Dream got a record for me. I want it before I even hear it. If I hear that the Dream got a record for me, especially at that time, as an artist, you want that record. He just came off of Rihanna Umbrella, and he came off in the Beyonce stuff, and at that time you like, yo, I want it. He like, I want it. So you end up getting a record.
Oh, we snatched that joint up.
I think Chris would have did a great job, but I think that song was just, even when I hear there's no disrespect to the Dream. Even when I hear the cover that
Right.
he did, when I hear your version of the record, when I hear you on it, I just like that shit. It just fits your voice. Like the song was just literally made for you, and it's one of your biggest hits, of course. So you see that.
Well, what's funny about that whole thing is when I went into the studio, I'm like, I got the label watching me. I'm like, what I'm saying? I got to make sure I do the record justice. So I actually tried. Like, I think the record everybody hears that he did is actually the reference that I was recording off of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I actually tried to record it like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, something ain't right. You know what I mean? Like it didn't sound bad. It was just like, something ain't right. So it's just me and the engineer in the room. He said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I don't know. It's not feeling right." I was like, I don't really like doing the whole verse in falsetto. So he was like, "Well, how would you sing it?" I said, "Start it from the top."
And you
And
had your own, of course, you had your own,
yeah, I just went in. I
your
just
own
went in
flavor
on it.
to it.
Yeah.
Of course, and that's just as an artist is what you're gonna do. You're gonna add your own flavor to it. I'm pretty sure it's plenty. I've heard like records and with Beyonce, he's done for other people as well, and they add their own flavor to it. So that's
Right.
just Suffocate. I want to talk about Suffocate for a minute. How was that record? How did that record come about for you? Suffocate.
I actually got paid to record Suffocate. I actually did Suffocate as a reference for Marion. And so, that was back when like, we didn't even have to deal with Capital yet. So, my manager was like, "Well, I gotta get him some money, you know what I'm saying? So, you wanna go start doing references for people?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I Dream wants you to come reference this record for Marion." Cool. So I went in, and the last thing my manager told me before I went in the booth, he said, "Make sure they can't buy it." I was like, "All right, cool." So he's like, basically, put your foot in, put your foot on it. You
Put
know
your
what I mean?
foot on the gas.
Like, yeah. He said, "Make sure they can't buy it." And so lo and behold, we forgot about the record. You know what I'm saying? Lo and behold, he never sold the record. So then it came time for them to be like, "Well, Bed hit so hard, we need something to follow that up." We had records. I mean, you heard the album. Like, we had the records on the album, but it was
Mm-hmm.
like, nothing ain't gonna really follow a Bed like that. So then we went back and was like, "Oh, we got Suffocate. Let's see if Dream still got it." You know what I'm saying? He still had it. So that's how that became the second single. And that's the actual reference I did. I didn't go change anything.
You didn't change anything at all. You just rocked with that.
Yep.
I remember when this album came out, I was in high school, right? And
Sheesh. You making me feel old.
damn, man. I ain't gonna do that.
Oh,
And
shit.
I was in like 11th grade, 12th grade,
He the
whatever.
class of 2010.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Shout out to James Murphy.
goodness.
I remember I remember when this album came out. It was so different than everything else I was hearing at that time.
Right.
But I used to play from front to finish. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna keep it real with you. I bring a girl to the crib, throw in the back of my lap. This was in high school. You know what
That's
I
what's
mean?
up. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a smooth joint,
It was a smooth joint. What was your favorite song off the album? What would you say was your favorite song off the album?
Man, my favorite song, it's probably Back of My Lap, because that's the one that got me my deal. You know what I mean? Because on the
Moving from my house with my mother.
yeah,
I
like
didn't have my
that
fun.
joint meant the most to me.
Yo,
You know what I mean? So I think to this day, that's the record that actually got me my deal, man. And that was, like I said, that was my quit record. Like, I'm done with it. And it actually worked out, man.
that's that shit. Yo, can you give us a little bit of the hook?
Sitting in the back of my lack, smoking my dro, sipping my yak, yeah, yeah. Oh. Sitting in the back of my lack, smoking my dro, sipping my yak, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Listen, I'm not sipping on no yak right now. I'm sipping on some Bel Air, but
I see. Nah, man, and that was for the hustlers, man. That really wasn't even
yeah.
that was for the hood. Like, I know everybody go through this mindset. Like, man, I don't even want to be bothered right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Listen, when
mean?
that joint came on like that, it's like, oh, then it leads into the Ten Commandments.
Oh
It
yeah,
was a start. start
Yo,
to finish album for sure.
you know what's funny about Ten Commandments? That record was actually originally written for Jaheim. But if you go back and listen to it, you can hear it.
I'm just thinking like, da, da, da,
Yeah.
da.
Don't smoke all that, boys, blow it out. Don't ever, and blow it out. You know what I mean?
That sound.
That's now you hear it. That was originally
That
written for
sound like
Jaheim.
a Jersey Jaheim right there.
Yeah, Balewa. I don't know if you're familiar with Balewa. I actually recorded that up at in I think it was East Orange, West Orange. I recorded that in Jersey actually because Balewa, who's from New Jersey, I went up there and did some stuff with him. So yeah,
Nice. Pimping Me.
yeah.
What was you going through at the time? You know, it had so much soul, like a bad breakup. In Pimping Me, what was you going through at the time that you wrote Pimping Me?
Nah, the Pimpin' Me Has Died was basically Shorty so fire. Like I'm done. I'm done being a player. I'm over that. So I'm singing my soul out to let her know I mean this. I don't want to be a player no more. You know, I mean, I'm not
Can
gonna
I
say
say I just question a lot?
I'm not gonna say it was lies, but you know.
Look. Bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it was lies, but you know,
Look, when you wrote it, you felt it. That's all that matters. In that moment, you didn't lie.
I felt it. I felt it.
I mean, you know, and shouts out to Jasper, man. Shouts out to Jasper, man. He played a big part in that song, man. Bringing the concept together and writing a majority of the lyrics. But yeah, man, it was just one of them things of I had to do it like the people that I've studied did it. They sung with their soul. You know what I mean? It wasn't just the notes. Let's do the notes. Like I had to sing with my soul, so that's what it was.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted a video for that one.
Yeah, we had a whole lineup, man. But you know you know how the labels are back then. They was all right, man. You got 2 number ones. Like we're not trying to spend no more money
We
on like you're not
budget
happy with that. Like come on,
budget
man.
exhausted. Like be grateful. Okay, you got two
Like we
ones.
spent all that on ads, man. Like we
Right.
done.
We good now. Shoot.
Yeah, they weren't trying to do it.
They're like shit.
Yeah, they wasn't funny. Quiet as kept. They didn't even. So we shot the video for Suffocate in Paris. They didn't agree with us during the shoot in Paris. They was like, it's gonna take too much money. So they wanted me to go to Paris without my bodyguard. They was like, well, we're not paying for him. I was like, well, I get him there. I'm not tripping on that. Like
Come on
how
now.
you gonna send me to another country without my bodyguard?
That's an extra flight and that's an extra room. Okay?
Right.
And we talking about Capitol Records. You know what I mean?
They weren't trying to do it, but we made it happen. And we stole the whole shoot. No permits. We stole the whole shoot. We felt like fugitives all day.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do it like that, but
Yeah.
it pays off.
Shouts out to Jonathan Mannion, by the way. Yeah.
I remember the first time I seen you perform live, and it was on Keisha. Keisha Cole gave me tickets to see the Double Up tour.
It was the Double Up. That was actually my second tour with Keisha, but yeah, that's what's up.
Second tour, I remember that was the first time I seen you live. Was the R. Kelly? It was Kels, you, Keish, and
It was supposed to be Neo, but they kicked him off the tour. They said Kel said he was doing too much.
he was doing too much.
Not in a good way though. Like not
Neo,
bad.
Neo dancing.
He was up there dancing. He
Yeah,
was.
a lot. Kels don't got that.
Kels was like, boy, you don't get out of here.
Around, do something else, serenade. He was like,
Yeah.
you all be doing flips, kicks.
He got him off. I think Neo did like maybe 3 dates with us, and we was like, you gotta go.
Get that man out of here. He doing
Get him out of there.
Yeah. How was that experience though for you going out on that tour? Was that your first arena tour?
Yeah, that was my first arena tour. Yeah.
First arena tour. How was that experience for you going out with the tour? Going out on a tour with Kels?
Well, shit, it was dope because, like I said, my first tour with Keisha was for her album. She was headlining. It was just me and her, and we had like a couple openers or whatever in different cities. But you know, that was my promo tour. I didn't get paid for the Keisha tour, so I was like, all right, I'm getting paid. Boy, you do not get paid for your first tour.
Don't expect to get paid for it. You're gonna be Listen, your DJ gonna be lugging his own crates.
Boy, independent maybe, but on the label, nah. They like we'll pay for you to get there. We'll pay for your back line, but that's about it.
They do the whole shebang, and then
Yeah,
you
but
pretty much promote yourself.
the arena joint, they was like, yo, you got to get in ears. I was like, in ears, because I'm old school. You know what I'm saying? I don't never really perform with in ears. You know, even arenas, I could do an arena right now without in ears. But it was like, you gotta go get in ears. I had to go to the doctor, get my ears fitted and all that. So it was a process from the beginning to actually get to the tour. You know what I'm saying? And what's funny is me and my band didn't rehearse that much. That's what's funny. Like that's how cold they was, and they knew that. That's how cold I was. We had our set list. We went through it a few times, and then as the tour went on, you know, sound check and all that, we perfecting it. We doing this, bam. Oh, now let's change this. Woo, woo, woo. But it was different, man. Just to see, you know, two dope performers at work. You know what I'm saying? Keisha did her thing. Kels did his thing. I learned a lot from him on the tour. You know what I mean? Just how you rock the crowd, man, and how you command the stage. You know, I mean, they could, you know, I ain't gonna get into the whole Kels thing, but you know, it's like
We're gonna keep
that
it
man,
strictly about the music. And
yeah, I was about to say he thorough with it though. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
I've worked with him,
okay,
so I can whatever you don't want to say, because you begin flack for being people
hey,
try to get you flack for your opinion and being honest. But
listen,
he's a perfectionist. I'll say that. If we talk about music, we can get into all the other stuff, all that bullshit. We're not gonna get into that. But musically, he's a perfectionist. But musically, he got his ways too. And there's a
right,
few artists I've endured that. You know, they got their ways about how the people that's on shows with them, and
yeah.
certain, they want you to do your thing a certain way. So I know it's probably a lot, especially being as a new artist.
Oh,
Don't go
yeah.
out there and take the shirt off. Don't go
I
out
got
there
a
and do
story.
that.
Oh, no, I got a story. So, all right. Quick story. So we on tour. So he did the Champions Hit thing. You remember when he came out, the ring came up and all that. He walked up the steps, right? So the steps that he walked up usually was up on the stage. And they would take him back to put the ring up and then put the stairs back on, right? So I'm like, it's steps there. The steps must be meant to be used.
You went and walked up the steps.
I
It's
went.
at
I
the
walked.
corner.
No, I'm going off the steps. Well, during my show, I'm off the steps. Bam, bam, bam. We had a whole thing. Go down the steps, go around the whole thing, come back up on the other side of the stage. That was our routine. You know what I'm saying? And I started getting too much love for it. We got to like the fifth, sixth show. The steps was away from the stage. Like
Listen, we're not leaving
you
these.
can't use my stage.
J.Holiday using them damn steps,
Bro,
making the steps know you.
I'm
Shit.
like the steps for real, bro.
Come on
So
now.
then it was one part we would do the show. I watch Keisha, and then I sit there and take notes. You know, we in the stands, me and my band and all that. We up there drinking, whatever, and watching this show. So then I guess I started getting better and better. And one night he just did one of these runs, and then looked over there like, "This my toy, young boy. Like you might want to keep it where you at. Don't try to get no higher than where you at right
Try,
now."
don't come out here and be taking notes and then trying to use it.
Boy, oh, because that's what I was doing. That's what I was doing. Oh, okay.
Of
Kels
course,
did that. I'm gonna do that.
you're looking at who you want to tour with, and these are also, again, we talking about as art, his artistry.
Yeah,
This is the creative motherfucker. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
of course you're gonna be taking notes and as an artist and just trying to apply certain things and learning, as you go, of course, as well. Because it's an arena tour. It's your first arena tour. You will be a fool not to stay around and just see
yeah.
what things look like and see how things is going, see what the crowd responds to, and take notes. So
Yeah, had to.
you would be a fool not to do that.
I mean, his show was like 2.5 hours, but
Mm-hmm.
sheesh, that joint was long.
But
I seen.
you had enough energy up there. You J.Holiday. You had enough.
I mean, I ain't gonna
Listen, drink
lie.
another bottle. We good. We gonna
Out
watch
of 20 something days, I probably saw the full show maybe twice. I couldn't do it. I was like, we got to do this tomorrow.
well,
Like
I gotta go back to the hotel and get
it's
some sleep.
it's 12 o'clock. The show started at 7. It's 12. I gotta
Yes.
go.
Listen, I remember I did a show with him like right before this whole thing came about. It was like 2018, and it was in North Carolina at the Greensboro Coliseum, and the man showed up like 2 hours late, man. And I know how we know the show how the show is gonna be at least like At this time, it was like an hour and like 20 minutes or so. Because you start running through songs. The man showed up late. And you know, when you're in those venues, you're in those arenas, for those who don't know, you got that curfew, you got that time.
Oh, yeah.
If you go a minute, let's just say
Some cities, yeah.
You getting charged, you getting fined $5, $10, $20,000. You know, you can go a minute over the time you're supposed to be in that building with the labor laws and all the other good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
This man was late. And I was like, man, this man gonna be late. But you can't tell Kels cut his show.
Right.
You know, people like that, and musically, you can't tell certain people, hey, I need you to cut your show, because the fans are gonna feel cheated and lose their money.
For sure.
So it was one of those things where he came and was like, we're gonna run through, some of the songs we're gonna cut short of, we're gonna run through. And, you know, let's just say that it was a $10,000 fine. But,
Jesus.
But the man took it out of his pay.
Shit, as he should have.
He took it, you know, but you got some artists that be like, you know what I mean?
That ain't my fault, yeah.
It's not my fault. They're trying to fight you on it off the rip. It was like, all right, cool. The fine, we take care of it. So, you know, I respect that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that was an interesting tour though. That was fun. It was fun. You know, I don't have no complaints.
You know, your second album, Round 2. You know, you had It's Yours on there. And I think that was the only single that you released of the album. And I felt like that album was just as good as your first. We
had a whole play for that album too, man. Capital was on some. They was on some.
And it was on some bull. So you didn't get the support. How come you didn't think? But
because they had to pay me for the album.
Hmm?
They had to pay me to get that album. Like I recorded the whole album at my crib, and I'm like, y'all ain't had to pay no studio budget. But there's a studio budget.
Exactly. You want the money. You want the money as well. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
you still pay
You want the album? And I ain't even hit him with nothing. I was just like, because I know that the average person they would have tried to get budget money. Like, let me get like 150, something like that. I was like, man, just shoot me $25,000. You know, my electric bill wasn't $25,000. You know what I mean? So I'm like, just shoot me $25,000. You can have the album.
I took care of everything. It's done. It's completed.
Yeah.
They gave you a hard time.
They just gave me a hard time because at that time I was like, yo, how y'all? It's different systems going on up there. I went through 4 presidents and then one other system that didn't have a president. It was just like heads of the departments. You know what I'm saying? So by this time, it's new people coming in. Like you're a new person. You're not coming to fix what we doing. Like we was good. We had a system going. So you're not coming to fix me. You coming to fix all the other stuff that's going on.
But see, at that time, I think in general at labels, just talking to other artists, it was a shift in a lot of labels at this time. There was a lot of new cats coming in. A lot of the older cats was leaving. There was a lot of new, young cats coming in and just trying to figure out their way and trying to keep their jobs and trying to make the right decisions and all that stuff too. I think you see, as an artist, I think you could probably say the same thing. There was it was a shift.
They were signing all the one-hit wonders, getting all the quick.
They really was. And they hated that I had so much entertainment, intellectual information. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like they hated it. You know what I mean? And they wasn't feeling it. You know, they was like, oh, he think he know everything. Like, no, I don't think I know everything, but I know the law. You know, there is a law. There's contracts that we sign. At the end of the day, it's a law. You know what I mean? I know how that law works. And they didn't like that, you know what I'm saying? So they just started backing out. They ain't give me no promo. We had a second single. I know you remember the song Fall on the album. We already had a remix though. We had a remix with Fabulous on it. They was like, nope. Like, how you gonna not put they didn't want to put out the Rick Ross record. They was they was on one, man.
You should release that remix one day, man.
I got it. I am.
We need that.
Yeah, and Fab put his foot into it too. He did.
That album, after that album, you went to Def Jam.
Yep.
Right after that album. So I know you had sat down with L.A. Reid before. You sat down with L.A. Reid again, and you went to Def Jam. But never released the album on Def Jam, right?
Nope.
Never released anything on Def Jam. What was that situation like?
I mean, LA Reid already had his plans of what he was about to do. We didn't know that LA Reid was about to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But he was like, I don't want to see you just bouncing around out here. You too good of an artist. So I give you a deal. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? Stroke me a little check. And like 2 months later, he was doing the I think it was X Factor or something, the show or whatever that he went to go do. So he left the label to go do the TV show. So I was technically his sign. So when he left, they was just like, well, he not really our responsibility. You know, we got Neo and Dream and Rihanna and Kanye and you know what I mean? Like
You got a
they
whole.
had a roster already. You know what I mean? So nobody felt responsible to do anything with me. You know what I'm saying? And in my mind, I'm like, they gonna get it. They gonna come around. So that's why I sat for
Ah,
that's why I sat for so long. You know what I'm saying? I sat on Def Jam for like 2.5 years. And then I said, hold up, they not trying to put me out because I started putting out music, and they kept blocking it. They kept blocking the joint on like YouTube and all of
mm-hmm.
that. And I was like, so I can't put out an album, but y'all gonna block the music that I'm
She
putting
gonna have
out?
me sitting shelf, and that's that shelf stuff. What?
I said, you gonna block what I'm putting out? All right, how about this? I got an album ready. And I was saying this in another interview. In your contract, when the artist is ready to put out an album, the label has to put the album out. If the album is done, they
Mm-hmm.
have to put the album out. They wasn't ready. So I said, let me get the release. You know what I mean? So
And
I got my release.
then you went independent after that, and
Yep.
that's when we got the Guilty Conscious album
Yeah.
independently.
Yep.
Um, wow, man, that it's and just doing this, I realized this a lot of artists have got that story. But you go independent and you release that album, and it didn't have much commercial success, but still, again, it was a
Well,
dope album.
that's because $75,000 just came up missing out of the marketing budget. So you know, I've talked about in previous interviews. So
Things get interesting.
I think everybody knows who took the money, but like
Gotcha. I don't
um,
know. I don't know. Listen, I don't know. You got to drop it here. For those who don't know, what I do is like even if I see something, I won't go back and look because
right.
to have a conversation, I'll just
I
pretty much
got you.
do my standard.
I
But
got you.
if you don't want to talk about it, we got to talk
Oh
about it.
nah. I mean, at the end of the day, same dude that I was signed to as an artist before I
Mm-hmm.
did Guilty Conscience. I said, bro, I don't want to be signed to you as an artist anymore. I said, I'll do the album with you, but it's gonna be a joint venture, and it's gonna be a joint venture with Holiday Music Group. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna get that. Nobody's controlling me no more. Capital did it. Def Jam did it. I'm not.
I'm not going
I'm not going
through
for that no more.
nonsense.
Yeah, I'm not going for that no more. So, we did a deal with Central South, which is actually predominantly a gospel distribution company, and I was the first R&B artist that they was ever gonna deal with and put an album out. Why I had to be my situation for them to be the first artist that they dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So they gave us money for the marketing budget. You know what I'm saying? They ain't had to pay for no studio, none of that, because we already had the album. Then the market, I'm like, yo, so what's up? Where the marketing money at? Like, I don't gotta tell you what we doing with the money. I said, bro, it's a joint venture. I'm not your artist no more,
Artists,
bro.
this is a partnership.
Like, what are you
It's a
doing?
difference.
I don't got to show you. All right, that's cool. So the money just came up missing. So we never got to put any marketing behind the album. That's why nobody knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was your biggest challenge releasing music as an independent artist?
Um, People not doing nigga business, and I hate to say it like that, but let's just do good business, man. Let's do good business. This is why it's so hard for African Americans in general to get ahead because we've been down for so long that when we get our shot, we cutting corners and
Doing
we doing bad business, or say somebody got to be the leader, somebody got to be in charge, like what I'm saying. So it was just trying to get in touch and get in tune with people that wanted to do good business. You know what I'm saying? So that was the biggest challenge, man. And I finally came across a cool little team. So I mean, now I'm not worried about that. you know, as far as putting music out. You know, business is everything, man. It's a business. People forget this is a business. You know what I'm saying? Like, people got corporations and employees and all of that. Like this, I got people that work for me, so they're expecting me to pay that check.
As an independent artist, you know, you don't get the exposure that you used to get, of course.
Right.
Is it frustrating when you see stuff like, you know, what happened to J.Holiday? You know.
Honestly, no, because it's not the people that's in the business that's saying it.
Mhm.
It's people that got to get up at 9 o'clock in the morning and go to work. You know what I'm saying? What happened to J.Holiday? He's still asleep. He's at home and he gets up when he wants to. That's what happened,
Mhm.
because I put enough work in to be okay. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't frustrate me. It's just, it's kind of, it's the hate mentality. You know, if I could
Mhm.
try to put somebody down, I'm going to. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And while they're thinking that they're kicking me while I'm down, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So
Did you ever consider going into like the hip hop lane when music was changing and the sound was changing? Did you ever, you know, because a lot of that music, you know, is on the charts, right? And
right,
R&B most of the time gets pushed to like Urban AC.
right.
Did you ever? I'm not gonna say go into hip hop, but did you ever think about changing your sound in which you were doing?
No, not really. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was probably one of the first R&B dudes to do a mixtape, so I did all of that stuff on my mixtapes. You know what I'm saying? I didn't. I was always gonna make sure that my albums was focused around R&B. You know what I'm saying? That's what I got into it for. I didn't get into it to be a rapper. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I got into it to use the God-given talent that I have. You know what I'm saying? Which I think comes across on the records that I do. You know, I can definitely say that my tone and my voice is different than a lot of others. So I didn't want to take away from that, because when you start doing that and going into that world, you're taking away from the actual talent that you have. You know what I mean? And you're actually downsizing yourself.
Right, right.
You know what I mean?
Like,
So
take notes. Those who out there watching, take notes. You know, you know, you know, you often, right, you get a lot of flack for, like I was saying earlier, for voicing your opinion. Do you regret any of the things you've said? Maybe like even like the comment you said about women using pain to sell records. Do you regret any of that stuff,
I mean, I don't regret
or
it. I
you just think that people don't perceive it the right way?
I just feel like, let somebody tell their story. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with a woman or a male telling their story, and if it's pain involved, then it's pain involved. But with the social media, the person that doesn't get a chance to defend themselves is the person that you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And as a culture and as a community, we got to stop taking those shots. I mean, I get it. Like, let that story be that story. We know who's the story about. We don't got to keep talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I seen one of the things, and you know, I just seen a couple stories, and I was just like, man, people putting too much of their business out. You know, and I be feeling sorry for some of them dudes, man. It's like, jeez, I mean, he might have messed up, but Jesus Christ, you ain't have to tell the world though. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I think it got taken wrong. You know what I mean? But I mean, it is what it is. You know?
Mm-hmm. You know, what I took from it is that you were saying, and this could go for men, women, are influenced, right, by music
Right.
at times. So if you promote something, um, other people can, they listen to it enough, they'll start to gravitate to that.
Right.
You know,
It.
and they'll start to use that sometimes, and
Yeah.
sometimes that thing could be transformed to a list of,
No, I get exactly what you're
you
saying.
know what I mean?
Cause I mean, it's like it
It
goes from
becomes like a
being,
whole.
yeah, it goes from being relatable to, now I'm changing my thought process.
This is few.
Like,
You listen to a record enough times, a
yeah,
song enough times, that it starts to instill something in you sometimes.
yeah. It's
You know what I mean? And
like
just
what
like you
about
could take a positive message, you could take something and use it in a negative way.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what about the people that's not going through it? That's just like you as an artist, might 9 times out of 10 end up going through it because of
Like
listening to it. You know what
you
I'm saying?
said this, and now I'm like, got me feeling, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I
yeah,
can,
I think it got taken wrong, man. But I've done my apologies and all that. You know, I mean, it is what it is,
all
man.
right, cool. Shifting gears, musically, who's your top five?
Musically, top five right now. Oh man, that's hard because I don't really listen to nothing, bro. Honestly, I mean, I could give you, who I might listen to on a whim or something. You know what I mean? Like I always rock with J. Cole, um, Bruno Mars, uh, man, Tupac. I mean, like I'm still on the old school, man. You know what I mean? Tupac, Jodeci, Marvin Gaye, obviously. I listen to a lot of Fugees, Goody Mob. Like, so I don't really have like a top five. I just have my playlist. You know what I mean?
There we go. There we go. When people think about J.Holiday, maybe 50, 60 years from now, what do you want your legacy to be?
Man, that I made a difference in music. You know what I mean? That I held my own. You know, I don't necessarily have to have the legend title or the king title, but just, you know, that my body of work is respected. You know what I mean? And people see it as such, of me putting my passion, my pain, my pleasure, my life, and my voice, to the world, man. Just respect it. That's it. You know what I mean? I mean, if anything else comes about, then that's what it is, But just put some respect on my name. You know what
There
I'm
we go.
saying?
Hit him with the Birdman one time. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Just put some respect on it. That's all.
You've been in this for a minute, and I know you got a new project coming out in January, a new album coming out. You got the mixtape Vacation out now.
Hmm.
I heard like two, three songs off of it. I'm feeling
Hmm.
it. I heard
Okay.
the single Vacation. I heard like two other records. I'm gonna get to the rest of it. And I know that you have an album coming, right?
Yeah.
Talk about that. When's that coming?
The album is coming. We don't have a slated date yet, just because we trying to see how this pandemic pan out. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, once you start putting out music, you want to tour, you want to see the people, you want to touch the people. So it's just putting the strategy together as far as the album release date. But we are dropping a single Ride on the 18th of January, and that's to give people a taste of what it's about to be like. You know what I mean? I feel excited about it. Put some hard work into it. So I can't wait for them to hear it.
Dope, 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 dope. So Janet,
Valentine's Day is coming up,
I know.
the ladies need something, yeah.
And that song will be ready and available for them to
Me,
listen
me,
to.
me, and me, that's my fiance. We need something.
Yeah, it's called
You know,
Ride. It's kind of self-explanatory, you know what I'm saying?
got
So,
you,
yeah.
got you. So I could play that back. I could let that
Oh
play.
yeah, you can put that on repeat.
Well, I can let that in rotation while I'm in rotation. Copy.
Ah,
Copy.
there it
You know
is.
what I mean?
All right now.
Vacation. You was like, damn. What's the part? I was just telling you I like the part earlier. You're like, yo, you want some good D?
Oh.
What you said? Tell the ladies what you said, man. It's your damn song, Jay.
Oh man, I said lay with me if you want to get dick down right.
There we go. Let me.
I mean, I know it's straightforward, but I mean,
I was
you
like,
know,
oh.
at that point,
I
it's
said,
time.
oh.
You
I
don't
didn't
gotta beat
expect
around the bush.
I didn't expect that lyric to come the way it came. So I was like, oh, okay. He just.
Well, I mean, they doing it in every other type of music, I mean,
But it's still J Holiday.
yeah, about to say I've always been that guy anyway, so.
It's still J Holiday. So I'm listening to it. I'm like, okay. I feel that.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
man.
yeah, I had to throw that in there.
Yeah. You'll let them know how it is, man. Yeah, man. Thank you so much, man. Mixtape vacation. I'm about to play that. You heard? The
There it
vacation
is.
is out. It's out now. It's on all platforms. You got like what, 8? Is it 18 songs? How many songs you got on there?
No, I think it's like 12 or 13, something like that.
Okay, look at me. I'm pushing more songs than what it is.
Nah, that's cool. You know, I got some hood stuff on there, something for the ladies, some conscious stuff on there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just trying
Yep.
to spread the love around.
The mixtape Vacation is out. The album is coming next year. It's gonna be out by Valentine's Day because we saying it, we putting it here. It's gonna be
There
out
it
by
is. Hey, I received it.
Valentine's
I
he ain't
received
gonna
it.
he ain't gonna keep y'all waiting much longer. But man, thank you so much, King. We got it right. We got you on here. Thank you for going to the
Yeah,
show.
I'm about to
Um,
get on Instagram head real quick.
yo,
Sheesh.
I'm about to write them too. Like, listen, I'm
Please do.
messing it up. I'm messing it up. But yeah, we're gonna get together. Definitely, King. Thank you once again. J.Holiday,
Appreciate you, bro.
if y'all missed any of the conversation, it will be available at midnight on Apple Podcasts and iHeartRadio. Thank you, King. Once again, shout out to your manager.
That's that
That's that
Belvedere
Bel Air
coming up.
Burger.
Oh, Bel Air. Oh, you're on that Bel Air.
I'm
Okay.
a Bel Air that got me. Man. I'm at the Fort Ross and Cali. My fiance looking at me crazy. I'm at the
on the line.
listen.
Hey, man,
It's live. It's nothing you can do about it.
just turn the lights down and play the Vacation, and you on,
Hello.
bro. You
It's
know what I
all
mean?
live. There's nothing you can do about it, man. Excuse.
I appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you once again, man. Salute. Continue to deliver R&B music and stay true, man. Stay true to yourself, King.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate
All right,
it.
you be safe, man. Talk to you soon.
You too.
All right, peace.